Hey everyone, I'm Nisha and I hope you're doing really well. So, today I thought I'd come to you and do a very quick review of the Biddy Tarot Community. I'm going to be talking about my experiences within the community and just giving you a quick review about what I think the community was like and just whether it's worth investing in the community or not. So, to sit tight and enjoy the review. So, starting off with, Biddy Tarot Community is basically a community space, an online platform where tarot readers from around the world can come together and practice their readings, discuss about tarot, get support for their courses. That is, they can find study buddies for the Biddy Tarot Certification Program courses and the other courses that the company runs, and just generally engage in tarot related discussions with fellow tarot readers and tarot lovers and aficionados from around the world. So, right off the bat, I think the premise is very nice because, especially when you look at how isolating social media can be, a community space definitely offers a much more structured and formal space for engagement and interaction between people. Now, in terms of, let's start off with cost because that is definitely a huge issue for a lot of people, including myself. So, the overall membership of the Biddy Tarot community turned out to be around $250, and that is a pretty steep amount. This is for annual pricing, that's what I'm telling you, and it is a pretty steep amount. I initially came across the community on Instagram when Bridget had offered the 2 weeks membership, that is 14-day membership for $1, and that's how I found out about it. And that was a good experience for me, obviously, because very low investment and good benefits. And then so I decided to take the plunge and enrolled for $250 worth of annual membership as well. So now, if you're looking at a monthly versus half yearly versus annual membership, the highest savings are definitely in the annual membership. But I would strongly recommend that you do take it on a month by month basis because I feel like I personally made a mistake taking the annual membership, and I'm just going to talk about why. Now, first, I'm going to cover about the things that I did like about the community, which is one of the main things that I liked about the community was the free tarot readings. Now, the FTR or free tarot reading platform basically allowed tarot readers to, access clients who would like tarot readings. So it basically offered the general public an opportunity to get a free reading done by tarot readers, and for us within the community, we could sign up for the FTRs and then we would be allocated a particular client using their software backend algorithm would allocate clients to us, and we could do the readings for these individuals. So this was a great way for all of us to practice our tarot skills and put our tarot knowledge into actual practical implementation, practical usage. And in that way, that's really great because, especially for someone like me who doesn't have anybody that I can read tarot to, apart from myself, I don't have anybody else who I can actually read tarot to because my practice is a little closed and I don't have the opportunity to go out and read for people. This is a great way for me to learn and to actually implement whatever it is that I'm reading in books, and also check out whether this is something I could possibly do as a part-time career or a full-time job in the future. So I really enjoyed the premise of the free tarot readings because of what it offered, the practical exercise and implementation of our learning. So that's something I enjoyed. Another thing that I really liked about the community was the downloadable resources that were available for tarot readers. So you have a lot of different resources in the form of lists, starting right from keywords for each of the tarot cards, meanings of the tarot cards, common crystals and their correspondences, astrology and tarot correspondences, checklists for if you're starting a business, because the idea of the certification program is supposed to start the business, right? So they have a checklist and a kit for people who had completed the certification to download that. And so there were tons of different lists that people could download once on the community. So that's something that I found helpful, because if it's we get a lot more information in books that we are reading, definitely. But if you want a quick reckoner, when you're on the move and you just want something really quick, and these books, going through these books is not a practical solution. And so in that way I found that the Biddy Tarot downloadable resources were really helpful. Now, coming to the third part that I want to talk about, which is the actual content on the community, because one of the USPs that Biddy Tarot spoke about during their promotion of the community membership was the the video content that was available, the lessons and the classes that were available, master classes that were available on the platform generally for everyone. So it didn't matter whether you are a certification student or not, you could access this particular set of content library if you were a part of the community. Now, this is where my problem with Biddy Tarot really started, because initially we were told that the main USP for Biddy Tarot was that every month they would have a new masterclass which featured an interview or a lesson by a leading tarot community member, and it would be posted for us to consume and to watch and to learn from them. Now, the initial 4-5 months were fine, because the library that Bridget has already developed, which starts from, I think the library of content starts right from 2016, 2017. So there has been quite a bit of content already created from that time. Unfortunately, most of the content that has been created by Biddy Tarot for the masterclass segment, for the video interview segment in the online community, it stops right at 2019 or at the most 2020. So you can see that I'm someone who joined the community in the latter part of 2020, and I was there throughout 2021, and my oh no, actually I joined in 2021, because my membership ended in April of 2022. So I was really surprised to see that there was the content had not been refreshed, and a lot of the content ended at was filmed only in 2019 or 2020. So once I in the first 4-5 months I spent just devouring all of the resources, because obviously I had paid money for the annual community to get access to these resources. So I went through all of these resources very quickly, and then after that I just found myself waiting indefinitely for the team to upload new content, which unfortunately never came. So remember, like I said, that they promised that they would post a masterclass every month. Well, such a masterclass was never posted, at least for about 8 to 9 months that I was on the community. So like I said, the first 4-5 months I spent only consuming older content, and not a single new masterclass was ever released, not a single new video that was filmed in 2021 and 2022 was released for people to consume on the community. So everything that was done was always actually created sometime in the past, and it was just sort of rehashed. And every month they started featuring a video that was filmed in 2016 or 2017 or 2018 as the new masterclass for the current month. So for example, if it is now that it's May 2022, or let me just give an example of how when I was there, let's say December 2021, for the December 2021 masterclass, it was a video that was filmed sometime in 2017 or 2018. So it wasn't a masterclass that was filmed specifically for December 2022, or sorry, December 2021. So you're getting what I'm saying, right? You are essentially asking people to make this payment to join this community on the promise that you're going to provide fresh content every month, but you are failing to do so repeatedly. So you're essentially charging them money to rehash the same old content over and over again, which is just really disappointing, because when you pay $250 for the year, and it's not it's not an inexpensive or a cheap priced product. $250 is expensive for a lot of us. especially if you're not from the United States and you're from a country which has a very lower currency rate, like how I am. 250 is a huge amount. And so I found that, making that payment for the community, especially when there was zero content provided, fresh content provided, and it was just after a point, month after month, I was just seeing the same old existing ancient content which I had already seen for the umpteenth time being reposted again and again and again, and it's just really disappointing and frustrating. And so I found that they really dropped the ball in terms of creating content for the community, and I think that is predominantly because Biddy Tarot is sort of focusing solely on pushing and promoting their certification program. Now, I'm not going to comment about the quality of the content in the certification program, but let's just call a spade a spade. You don't need to be certified to read tarot. Like, there you go. Tarot is not a licensed or regulated industry like how law or medicine is. Tarot is something that is unregulated, so you can read a tarot professionally even without a certification program. Unfortunately, Biddy Tarot seems to be sort of milking their or making their bread and butter solely through the certification program by charging people a bomb, and in the process of creating content only for the certification program, they have sort of dropped the ball on creating content for people who are part of the general community. And that's really sad because your certification students are only going to be there for the time being of the certification. The people who would actually or rather are more likely to give you your business are the ones who are going to be on your community, because they're paying for this community space to interact with others, to learn from you, and they're going to be there irrespective of whether they have taken up the certification program or not. And it just felt really disappointing that Biddy Tarot did not deliver on the promised content, masterclasses and other content that they were supposed to deliver. And one final thing that I want to talk about is the customer support or the member support within the community, which is not really great. So on the community, I found that personally, whenever I had any queries and if I had tagged the Biddy team members who were in charge of customer support, I seldom, if ever, got any replies or support from them on the community. It was only when I couldn't wait around for them to see this message, and I had to literally send them an email. Would somebody reply saying that we'll get back to you in the 24 to 48 hours, the standard response, and then someone would get back to me a couple of days later on the email. But on the membership itself, the support given to the membership community members is very limited, because there were a couple of times when I required help for the technical issues on the community, and then I found that none of the team Biddy members were willing to help out, or they didn't even respond. Now, okay, I'm going to give them the benefit of doubt that there are thousands of people using this community, so how many people can they really respond to day in and day out, right? Sure, but I feel like they should still put in some measure of customer service. They should improve their customer support structures, so that, because you're charging people a bomb, and I think especially in a community setting, if people require help with technical issues and so on, it is important for them to provide the required support. So overall, my experience with Biddy Tarot was sort of mixed. By the end of it, I was feeling it had left a sour taste in my mouth, purely because I found that the last, like I said, 7 to 8 months just really, like, I was just sitting around waiting for stuff to happen with nothing else happening. Because ultimately, this is a community space. You have your group that you probably interact with, and after you're done interacting with them and you want to learn something, there isn't really a lot of new content that is provided for you to learn, and it's only whatever you've already done before, you've completed studying that before, that you can just go back to and study. So, which I felt was something that they can definitely improve on. So my honest review of Biddy Tarot community, especially my suggestion for people who are interested in taking up the Biddy Tarot community membership, is that do not take the annual membership. I know that the savings that you get month on month if you subscribe annually is definitely more compared to just paying for the month. But trust me, you're gonna thank me if you once you just take up the monthly membership, and then you go through all of the content in 1 month or 2 months, and then you're going to save a lot of money by not having to continue your membership within the community. Because when you have paid for something for such a long duration, you expect that they're going to cater to your expectations and provide you the content that they have promised for the year. But when that doesn't happen, you're going to really kick yourself for having wasted all of this money on the community for all those months when you literally did nothing and just paid them for nothing. So yeah, my suggestion would be, sure, the community is good to meet people from other parts of the world who are interested in tarot, make friends. In fact, I met 2 really wonderful people on the Biddy Tarot community, who are now very important in my life, and so I'm going to be grateful to the community for giving me the opportunity to meet them, which otherwise I may not have. So definitely there are a lot of perks in terms of finding your posse, your tarot posse, as I like to call it. And the FTRs are a great way to practice your tarot readings, so that's something really good as well. But I would still recommend that you just purchase month on month, or at the most for just 6 months, because trust me, the annual membership is just not worth it unless you're okay with no new content being around and you're just there for the engagement and just the community and the friendships and so on. For me, that the community and engagement wasn't enough. I wanted to learn, and since there was something that they had promised and they didn't deliver, it sort of sealed the deal for me to unsubscribe, and I don't think I'll go back ever to Biddy Tarot Community. But hey, so this is just something that you can think about, and I hope this video has helped you get a better sense of what the Biddy Tarot Community is like to experience from an insider's perspective. And yeah, whatever you choose to do, whichever subscription you take up, I wish you the very best. Bye.